Everybody have a Bible? You have a Bible on your phone? I know the majority of us got phones nowadays, you know what I'm saying? Rock and roll. Alright, cool, no sweat, man. Clap it up, y'all. Clap it up. You know what I'm saying? Like Humanity Journey and Hunter would say on Monday night. Yeah. You about to get ready to do it. Get into it tonight. Alright, we got a piece of Purim. Alright. We're gonna talk about a extraordinary sister, man. A sister that, you know, was man, words can't explain what this sister did for people, man. You know what I'm saying? But she was definitely put in the right position to help save her people. Who her people she saved? We're talking about Israel, the Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians, man. But we're gonna get into the history of it tonight. You understand? Get into the history of it, and we're gonna talk about, you know, the extraordinary thing that she did. Okay, the sisters always feel like, you know, the men in the Isupk, we always give y'all a hard time, and you know, sisters outside the Isupk think that we, you know, we too controlling, and we make sisters seem like these bad people, and man, we don't do none of those things, man. You know what I'm saying? Tonight you're gonna learn that, you know, we are giving a remembrance of the sister that did wonderful for her people. You understand? You sisters, man. We couldn't do a lot of things without y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all sisters, man, are very important to Israel. Don't think y'all not. Alright? The only thing our brothers are doing, the only thing we do in the Isupk, we just trying to show our sisters love. We just trying to correct them and mold them. So we believe that y'all are more than what the American people or this world could see y'all as. We think y'all more than just, you know, what they portray, you know, our women to be like Cardi B or Megan Thee Stallion. Y'all better than that. And we just over the top of y'all just to make sure that y'all go in that right direction, because that's how much love we have for our sisters. Okay? And for us to go in the corner and tell the sister to stop being, you know, a whore, and stop aborting your babies, and stop doing this way, that's love. Stop eating shrimp crab lobster, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to abort them babies. You think about, you a Black, Hispanic, and Native American sister, and you think you have to abort your baby. You don't. If you don't want that baby, bring that baby here in Isupk. Let us raise that baby up. You understand? You don't have to kill your baby. We'll take that baby in. We'll go through the necessary process we have to do to raise that child up righteously. You know what I'm saying? So don't think that you have to abort your baby. Don't let that doctor or that nurse or whoever it is at the hospital make you have to change your mind. I'm not talking to the sisters in UPK. I'm talking to the sisters that's right here watching right now on YouTube, or, you know, watching on Instagram or whatever our platform is right now. You have to, you know, abort that baby. You got more options, you know what I'm saying, out there. You don't have to. And, you know, there's plenty of stories about that. We got a story in Texas about the brother whose sister was in the school, and then she left the school because she had a baby, so she didn't want the baby, and she gave the baby to his brother and sister that took her in. And now they're raising that baby. And that baby will be raised up with righteousness. You understand? With love and care.
That's right.
You understand? She gave up on the baby, but we didn't.
That's right.
And we'll build this nation up. We'll raise up that warrior to be a fine warrior in UPK. Alright? But we will definitely get into it tonight. We'll talk about Esther, man. We'll get a couple of announcements out. Feast of Purim tonight and tomorrow. Okay? Come on out. We're in Norfolk. 815 Pecan Street, right? Or road. Sorry. 815 Pecan Road. For the Feast of Purim. Tomorrow night will be the same time at the same spot. Same address. After that, we got what? Passover. Alright, give it up for Passover, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Passover is going down in H-Town. Okay? Make sure that you have your situation under control as far as like tickets and hotels and rooms and transportation. Make sure you get out. If you don't, make sure you get up with your camp leader that's in your city or in your state, and we can get that organized so you can go ahead and make it out the Passover. Don't make that as a excuse of why you can't get the Passover. Don't make any excuses why you can't get the Passover. You have the time now to fix the issue. Okay. All right. With that, man, we're gonna go ahead and get inside in the book of Esther. We're gonna go to Esther 1 and 1. Get in your Bibles, Esther 1 and 1. We got some sisters in here tonight. You know what I'm saying? Give up to the sisters tonight that came out with the scripture of realm. You know what I'm saying? And the scripture said, esteem thy brother. You know what I'm saying? Even though it said esteem thy brother, it's also talking about your sisters as well. Encourage them. You know what I'm saying? They need that encouraging word too. They go out here in this world and have to deal with Esau just like the brothers have to deal with Esau at the slavery and things like that. You don't have to be at the slavery. It can be anywhere. Grocery store. You know what I'm saying? You can just go shopping. You have to deal with a Karen. You know what I'm saying? Karen can be calling the police on you because she think you left your kids in the car or something. And you didn't. That's how you know you got police come pulling up on you. You understand? But sisters go through things too as well. You understand? Your sisters also you can call and get counsel. Call another sister in the school and talk to that sister. This sister is going to open up and just want to talk to you and, you know, encourage you and things like that. Because we all go through things, all right? We all go through things, man, but we got to understand we have power with brotherhood and sisterhood. You understand? We have power there. Don't think that you have to go through this by yourself, okay? Whatever issue and problems you have, don't think you have to go through it by yourself, because you don't. You really don't. Okay. Well, once again, we're going to the book of Esther, chapter 1, verse 1. Everybody know about this story here? Everybody understand the history of the story? Okay, alright. No sweat. I'm going to ask some questions though. I'm going to find out. Alright. Y'all good? You got, you rough?
Come.
Alright, go ahead.
Esther, chapter 1, verse 1. Now it came to pass in the days of Ahasuerus, that is Ahasuerus, which reigned from India even unto Ethiopia, over 127 provinces.
Mm-hmm. So, this is Ezra, right? He says, say that name again?
I'm sorry, Ahasuerus.
Ahasuerus, right? Mm-hmm. Now, everybody know who this is really talking about, right? In history-wise.
Come, sir.
Want to take a shout out? Anybody? Want to tell me who this?
Good. Come, sir. The Persian king Xerxes.
Xerxes, right? We're talking about the Persian king Xerxes. Now, everybody has seen the movie 300, right? 300. It came out with Xerxes and all this. He was calling him the of God and everything else, and had a little chain around his. Well, anyway. But yeah, this is Xerxes. He was very powerful. We're talking about the Persian Mede Empire.
Right.
Okay. It's a time when he was ruling. And he had lots of riches, lots of power. You know what I'm saying? He conquered a lot of land. Alright? And he had a lot of wealth. His kingdom was huge. Okay? He had a huge palace. And he had 127 provinces. You know what I'm saying? So he controlled those states. And inside the provinces was other nations of people. And we was caught up inside that province. You know what I'm saying? Because he took over the time of the Syrian king too, right? So he conquered that, tore them down, that nation down, and everything that was in there in the kingdom of Nebuchadnezzar, Assyria. He took control of all them cities. All right. So we get to the point where he's trying to throw this big old party. All right. Keep going up.
Verse 3. Salaki. Verse 2. That in those days, when the king Ahasuerus sat on the throne of his kingdom, which was in Shushan, the palace. Verse 3. In the 3rd year of his reign, he made a feast unto all his princes and his servants. the power of Persia and Media, the nobles and princes of the provinces being before him.
Right. So once again, man, he's preparing to throw this big old feast for all his servants and princes and all the people that worshiping him and you know want to follow him and want to give him all the praises and so he's celebrating. He about to get it in. Ain't no different what you see today. You know what I'm saying? He's making preparations.
Right.
It ain't something you see. They're bringing down to modern day time, okay, in America. It ain't something that they make huge preparation for.
It's like the 4th of July.
4th of July, they make huge preparation for that. They shut down the whole entire day, you know what I'm saying, to give you the day off. You know, you trying to make sure you go out there and spend tons of money, go out there and celebrate the fireworks and go see the parade and celebrate that big old day, you know. Shut down the government and everything.
Right.
Just to celebrate that for. Give me another one. Christmas, that's another one. Good night. They go out there and get the biggest tree they can find. Put in Rockefeller Plaza, you know what I'm saying? They shut down the city, they mess up your whole entire day because you trying to get home. They do, you know, they give you detours and telling you go this way and put you an extra hour and a half because, you know, they want to celebrate their pagan holidays, man. Christmas is big, especially New York, boy. They love to get that big tree. Cut down that big tree for someone, ship it in, and decorate with all them lights and all this stuff. Increase your light bill because, of course, you got to shoot that power down there to, you know, put the lights up around that tree, so they increase your light bill. You know what I'm saying? So they make it a lot of inconvenience for you. You know what I'm saying? When he come down to celebrate the holiday, and they throw the big Christmas parade downtown New York or whatever city you is. Like every town, every city or every county or whatever township you're in, they having some type of Christmas parade, and it's down Main Street. You know, it's somewhere where you need to get to, you can't get to. You like, good night. You get mad, you gotta sit there in your car and wait about 30 minutes because you know you live in a small town I used to live in. You know, back at home in Carolina. They shut Main Street down. That's the only way you can get through to get to the next major highway. So you gotta sit there and wait 30 minutes after your time and. You know, so they do that. But this thing right here, you know what I'm saying, Xerxes was planning this huge event. And he was making sure he had everything prepped and getting ready for, you know, for this huge party. Okay? Keep going up.
Verse 4. When he showed the riches of his glorious kingdom.
When he showed the riches of his glorious kingdom. Don't the American do that? Don't the American do that? Show the riches of their glorious kingdom? You ever see that commercials and how their commercials always having like, you know, the big open mountains and rivers and all the fresh fruits that you see up there. It's your cars picking and stuff like, oh, we got fresh oranges and apples and grapes. Look at the water that's flowing down the mountains, the Colorado Rockies and things like that. They go to Niagara Falls. And they want to show you all the riches of the land. You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing Americans do. And you know, and Xerxes was doing the same thing. Keep going up.
And the honor of his excellent majesty many days.
Many days. This ain't gonna be nothing, you know. This ain't like that one little party that, you know, we have up for New Year's and stuff like that like you celebrate for Christmas. One day. This is for many days. This is gonna be for many, many days. Can you imagine how much money you have? You have to throw a party for many days. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now that's our custom though. I'm gonna tell you already. That's our custom. We party. Now these heathens, they took our customs. Like we party. You ever read the book of Tobit? They had a wedding feast for like what, 14 days, 21 days. They party. They party. That's our culture. We party. And the heathens just took that culture from us. When we celebrated and have fun, we had fun. Okay, and we ain't care about how much it cost. So we was in power. We had money. You know what I'm saying? We ruled, and we had the things that we need to get things done. And we ain't care not about no slavery, none of that stuff. When we party, we party. Good wine, good music, everything you see nowadays that we do. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no party like a Israelite party. I'm telling you right now. And when you go down to Passover, it's gonna be a party. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna enjoy ourselves, man. It's gonna be beautiful. You know what I'm saying? But they throwing a huge party, man. They throwing a huge party for many days. Keep going up.
Come. even in 104 days.
Good night. He's throwing his party for 104 days. Go ahead, Op.
Oh, slightly, sir, if I could.
Good.
It's real heavy when you said how the other cultures actually took our custom when it comes to partying.
Mm-hmm.
And if I may add too, only thing what the heathens did was they just took it and made it lustful and real disgusting.
Right.
With them worshiping their gods. And then when we came to America, we also took that custom of theirs to make our parties lustful and disgusting. And now you have Freaknik. And then you have Hot Girl Summer and things like that.
Right.
It's absolutely terrible, but
Right.
you know, block yourself.
Yeah, no, you're good. That's a great point you made up. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, that's what they did. Like, you know, that party is very lustful and very, you know, disgraceful at some of these parties. And we learned them customs. Like, you know, them toga parties, and Greek parties and stuff like that, and fraternities and all that. We throw them parties. Like, I'm gonna tell you something, man. Black people are very curious people. You know what I'm saying? When you know, Esau said, man, hey, man, you know, I'm homosexual. I don't want to be a homosexual. That won't run rampant inside black people. You know, us. It won't run rampant. You know, black people like, man, let me just check and see. I'm just curious. Lord ain't never make you want to be a homosexual or a lesbian. He never made you like that. You know what I'm saying? You was taught to be like that. You taught from your oppressor. You know what I'm saying? Or like the heroin and crack. Like, our people shoot up drugs all the time. We seen the hippies just shoot up. This Ron Slade and this movement and smoking weed and yeah, man, groovy, man. You know, this right here help relax your mind, man. You know, and black people like, hell, you know, let me try it. You know? And that's they know when we tried, we the number one and hooked on with the drugs and heroin and crack and things like that, man. Black people are very curious people, man. And you know, our curiosity got us in trouble. Our curiosity got us in the position that we're in today. And we've been captives and underneath and being in captivity that we're in today because of our curiosity. The Lord made sure that these laws are here that He set in place for us, but made sure that our curiosity should never been that curious that we should cross the line. He gave us rules and regulations. He gave us to the point where He told us, like, man, if y'all do this, this is going to happen. He wrote it down. Like, this Bible here is black and white. It's not, it's not, you know what I'm saying, no mystical Bible and heebie-jeebie and ghosts and all this here. Like, this is not like that. This is black and white, constitutional, you know, our history, you know what I'm saying, our records of our forefathers and the mistakes that they made and what they had to do to overcome their mistakes. You understand? And it was a period of time that went on. And it's a beautiful book to read. You know, all the trials and all the, you know, things that we had to go through because of our curiosity was got us in this position that we're in. You understand? But we keep going up.
Verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
And when these days were expired, the king made a feast unto all the people that were present in Susan, the palace, both unto great and small, 7 days in the court of the garden of the king's palace.
Man, after showing off, it's like after showing off all his wealth and everything and partying for 104 days, then he came back for another 7 days for a feast day. You know what I'm saying? and you know what I'm saying? In his palace, you know, he gave another 7 days, man. He came back to party again. I'm like, good night. This man got money. You know what I'm saying? He was splurging in money. And people just, you know, other races of people were looking at him as a god. You know what I'm saying? Worshiping him. It was like almost like a big birthday party. You know what I'm saying? And it was just worshiping him and carrying on and partying. And then he gave another feast and bringing out more food. Just imagine what type of food he was eating. He wasn't eating food that we was eating, that we supposed to eat like Israelites. You know what I'm saying? We were going, you know, they was bringing that pig and that swine. We probably had, you know, all the shrimps and all the crabs and all the things that you don't supposed to eat. You know what I'm saying? He had all this at the feast day, at his feast. You know, heathens eat crazy stuff. I don't know anything the Africans. The Africans eat bush meat. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know what bush meat is? You know what I'm saying? Bush meat, man, is anything that they can grab. You put it all chopped up like a big gumbo that they do down in Louisiana. A big old gumbo, but theirs might come up with snake, monkey, bat, you know, and snails, whatever. It might be anything that bush meat, man. You know what I'm saying? Anything they can catch alive and cook up. That's that bush meat. And I don't want no parts of that. You know what I'm saying? But at this part of it, just imagine, you know, Xerxes, man, they ain't have no laws, so he was eating anything he could eat. So he was bringing his what he considered as Esau said, his delicate meats, the other white meat. They make that crab meat seem like it's the other white meat. You know what I'm saying? Or the shrimps and stuff. Man. Because every Valentine's Day, every sister that's not in the truth wants to go to Red Lobster. You know what I'm saying? They want to go get them cheddar cheese biscuits with the lobster tail and you know, get them crab legs and stuff like that, man, which the Lord said that was abomination food to eat. You know what I'm saying? Them crabs and them shrimps, man, their job is to eat things off the bottom of the floor. It was a natural filter, man. The Lord placed everything, you know what I'm saying, got a purpose in the place. You understand? When we was in rulership, man, we made sure everything stayed in that purpose and place. You know what I'm saying? The other nations and people was having when we was in rulership. But soon we lost that rulership, everybody was mourning. All races of people was mourning. Blacks and Hispanics are definitely mourning. You understand? We can't even walk to the grocery store without being harassed. Our sisters can't even go into the some kind of grocery store. I mean, not grocery store, but the Chinese store, the hair store.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Without her getting choked out or beat up. You know what I'm saying? So we in mourning right now, man. But the reason why we in mourning because we just disobeyed the Lord. You understand? Keep going out.
Come.
Verse 6. Where were white, green, and blue hangings fastened with cords of fine linen and purple to silver rings and pillars of marble.
Right.
The beds were of gold and silver upon a pavement of red and blue and white and black marble.
Keep going.
Verse 7. And they gave them drink in vessels of gold, the vessels being diverse one from another, and royal wine in abundance, according to the state of the king.
Yeah, that's what they do right now, right? Even Esau have his different types of wine that he drink. You know what I'm saying? He got the riches of the wines and things like that. And there's some wines that most black people will drink. You know what I'm saying? Most black people are gonna drink, you know, a little Moscato. You know, we don't know anything about the Spencer Royal wines that they be bringing out the party. You understand? Like you have royal, you been a royal or king or whatever, or you been that royal status. They bring different types of wine that, you know, cost like thousands of dollars. You know what I'm saying? They bringing out wine that been aging for hundreds of years. They bringing out them types of wine. That's why they said royal wine, because that wine right there is the best of the best. You know what I'm saying? When he sells to us, it's the skims of what they, you know, really drinking on. You know what I'm saying? So he had that royal wine, Spencer bottle of wine. Keep going up.
Verse 8. And the drinking was according to the law. None did compel. For so the king had appointed to all the officers of his house that they should do according to every man's pleasure.
To every man's pleasure. Do according to every man's pleasure. You know what I'm saying? They want to have some fun. Keep going up.
Verse 9. Also, Vashti, the queen, made a feast for the women in the royal house, which belonged to King Ahasuerus.
Right. So now Vashti, man, she also made she's the queen. She's the queen of Xerxes, man. She made herself a feast day as well.
Like the Vashti.
I mean, Vashti.
That's like I said, it's like Vashti.
Vashti, like, and she was the queen and made a feast. You know what I'm saying? For the women of the royal house as well. So she guys said, well, since you doing your feast and having fun with your homies, and your boys. That's what
Right.
women say today, right? Since you having fun with your friends, I'm gonna have some fun with the ladies. So it made herself like a ladies' day. So she trying to throw a piece for her ladies as well. Go ahead,
Come. Verse 10. Verse 10, on the 7th day, when the heart of the king was merry with wine, he commanded Mehuman, Biztha, Habona, Bigtha,
right?
and Abagtha, and Zethar, and Carcas, the 7 chamberlains that served in the presence of Osiris the king.
Right.
Verse 11, to bring Vashti the queen before the king with the crown royal, to show the people and the princes her beauty, for she was fair to look on.
No, he was, he was feeling himself. Like we would say today, you know what I'm saying? He was feeling himself. So what do you think he was trying to do? He was trying to show off his woman. He was trying to show her off how she looked. Like, man, she's the baddest thing of the baddest.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he's trying to show her off to all the other people and trying to, say, look, this is what's hanging on my side, my hip. This is what my wife. This is how she look. This is my queen right here. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
God. Verse 12. But the queen Vashti refused to come at the king's commandment by his chamberlains.
Right. So she refused. She told them chamberlains that work for the servants that work for the king. They were like, man, like she didn't want to come with us, man. She refused.
Right.
She refused the king's order. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna find out what he did. Keep going.
God. Therefore was the king very wroth, and his anger burned in him.
Well, he's been drinking too. They say he had that fine wine, or he's been drinking. He's angry. He's mad. He's boiling right now that she refused to come at his call. You understand? He's the king. He rules everything. Now, that symbolizes a lot. You know what I'm saying? And he's the king. You know what I'm saying? If she refused him, that also allows other people to refuse him as well. It shows a sign of weakness. You know what I'm saying? And he can't show that sign of weakness when he's throwing a party and all other people that he ruled over sees this. You understand? Keep going.
Come. Verse 13. At the end of verse 12.
Right.
Therefore was the king very wroth, and his anger burned in him. Verse 13. Then the king said to the wise men, which knew the times, for so was the king's manner toward all that knew law and judgment.
Right. So this King Xerxes, man, he had to go get counsel, man, about this whole matter from wise men. You know what I'm saying? Men that had intelligence, or the one he talked to talk about a matter, and how to resolve it, how to settle it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So keep going.
Come. Verse 14. And the next unto him was Karshina, Shethar, Admatha, Tarshish, Meres, Marsena, and Memucan, the 7 princes of Persia and Media, which saw the king's face, and which sat the first in the kingdom.
Right. So he saw his face when she refused. So he knew he was upset. You know what I'm saying? He knew that he was mad. So the 7 princes, you know what I'm saying, came to his, to his aid, and they had to solve his matter. Keep going.
Come. Verse 15. What shall we do unto the queen Vashti according to law? Because she hath not performed the commandment of the king Osiris by the chamberlains.
So he was like, man, what should we do to this queen because she disobeyed her king? You understand? Like they knew like this right here was gonna cause an uproar
Right.
with their woman.
Right.
You understand? And he had to sell this and nip this in the bud. Okay? Now we talking about, heathens right here. Heathens are discussing this. But this right here is what show you how much power that men had back in the day. You know what I'm saying? How we carried authority and what we said went. You know what I'm saying? So these men right here is basically trying to figure out what they gonna plan to do with the queen for her disobeying the king. Keep going.
Verse 16. And Memucan answered before the king and the princess, Vashti the queen have not done wrong to the king only, but also to all the princes and to all the people that are in all the provinces of the king Ahasuerus.
Right. So he's trying to say, man, the queen disrespected. Not only did she disrespect you, king, she disrespected all the princes and all the people that's in the city. You understand? She disrespected everybody because they understood that, they have to stay as a unit, as one. That's how they stay in power. You know what I'm saying? You can't have no one disrespect the king or disrespect the head. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to set a tone that everybody can do it.
Right.
So they had to correct this problem to show people what happens when you don't obey. Okay? And that's the same thing that happened when you saw in D.C. Everybody saw what happened in D.C.?
Right.
The insurgent? That's what happened there. When what? When Esau kingdom their people are disrespecting, their whole system, their whole way of life, how they got America, the foundation of it. You know what I'm saying? That shows this country is weak. It shows that America can be taken. And they had to correct that. That's why they trying to put Trump where? On trial. They're trying to put him on trial. They're trying to give him jail time and everything. They're trying to correct the wrong. To what? To show their power, that America has not lost power or authority. Okay? Keep going up.
Verse 17. For this deed of the queen shall come abroad unto all women, so that they shall despise their husbands in their eyes.
Right. Like you was like, man, this deed's so great that they can start a feminist movement. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Those guys ain't want to have no feminist movement going on. They ain't want no issue in that kingdom, that household. They don't want no problem that woman is up there trying to refuse to do something, you know what I'm saying, and make them look weak. You know what I'm saying? They realize that they are the head. You know what I'm saying? Other races, man, look, other nation women, they listen to their husband, don't get their husband too much talk that. You know what I'm saying? Like that whole feminist movement that happened, man, and it allowed our sisters to feel like they can do the same as the Esau women, oppressors. That they can do the job, they can be like a man, they can take charge and things like that.
Right.
What it came down to is now, Esau, their women, they may say that, but they also know that you need that man. And when that man say something, they pretty much say, okay, cool. But our sisters, man, how blacks and Hispanics do it. We always take everything to the max. To the max. I don't need you. I can do everything on my own. You understand? This is a new day. Women can take charge. Women can be the head of the household. I make more money than you. You understand? That women feminist movement. You know what I'm saying? And that was an issue. Every other race of people, their women respect their man. You understand? They respect that man. You don't see the Chinese woman going over there acting crazy in China and try to overthrow what the men say. You don't see that. You don't see that going on in in India. You know what I'm saying? You don't see that. Matter of fact, the East Indian man, he makes his wife ride in the back. You know what I'm saying? He makes her ride in the back.
Come.
And put the man in front. And you know that's his wife. She don't say nothing. Get a sister. And like, what? What? I got it. Me gotta get in the back. You done lost your mind. I'm not getting in the back of the car. No, that's not. No. That's our sisters, man, today. Cause we take it to the max. Go ahead,
So like I said, if I could,
yeah.
It's funny how you said that because them East Indians really, they be wilding when it comes to that car. Like they'll literally say, the boy could be like 11 or 12 years old. The mom is going in the back.
Right.
And all the women are going in the back of the car while he sits up front.
Right.
I said that they don't care.
They don't care.
It's,
But the mom don't say anything.
yeah.
Let her sister be like, you putting what? You put a little Jermaine in front. Who? I cook around here. Who is he? You understand? He give us talk back and everything, man. That's our sisters today, man. You understand? They make it seem like, okay, in American eyes, right, in American culture, they make it seem like Esau women are taking a stand and telling their husband what they want to do, but they not. They not. Them women are not saying anything to no Fortune 500 man, a man that makes trillions of dollars, a man that, you know, got a house in the Bahamas and whatever else, can give you a credit card that has no limitations, give you Mercedes Benz and everything. They'll tell you don't have to work. You can sit home all day, go get your Pilates and hair done, and all that you have to do is cook food and make, and that's it. Take care of the kids. That's all you gotta do. And on top of that, I'm gonna go one step further. On top of that, Esau woman, right? That is her job. So like, that's just her job. You know why? Because he give us money. He give us the credit card. He give us the nice car. That's everything. You know what I'm saying? That's her whole way of life. And she's fine with that. She's fine with that. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
You got some of them that the Esau woman may step out and, you know, try her authority. And when she do, it's not as good. You know what I'm saying? Then she lick her chops and she be like, alright, I done tried that. That didn't work. Let me just go on back my merry way and just be, you know, submissive. Our sisters, man, they took it one step further. I don't need you. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't need none of that. Cardi B said, broke brothers don't need to get no pee. I was like, what? That's crazy.
And they say that's right.
And then back, he said, yeah, that's right. Like, okay, all right. Like, all the time that the brother had to hold you down when you were going to nursing school. You know what I'm saying? All the time the brother had to hold you down when you were trying to get your schooling done. And you take care of the kids. Well, he was out there doing what he had to do to bust his butt. You know? But, you know, who was broke then? That's crazy, man. But they make it seem like it's normal for our women to do that. And our sisters nowadays keep carrying that forth and going on and on and on and on with it. But now, right here, man, well, nowadays, man, we gotta understand our sisters, man, we let these men be able to take back these cities, take back our communities, man. You understand? We gotta go back and take control of our household.
That's right.
You understand?
Right.
Shoot, I came up watching my grandfather, you know what I'm saying, take care of the household. You know, my grandfather came in the household, my grandmother had his dinner done. His dinner was done, the clothes was washed, you know what I'm saying? His lunch was ready for the next day. And we had no looks about it. She won't tire. She kept going on and on and on. Things around the house had to be clean. Dishes clean. Dishes put away. You know what I'm saying? Won't no dishes in the sink. You know what I'm saying? That's a new thing for most, you know, our sisters nowadays. Dishes in the sink. They don't want to cook food nowadays. You know what I'm saying? I done seen many kids walk around in Chinese stores because moms don't want to cook them. To the point where it's not a man in the household, but, you know, by the man not being in the household, she got to pull extra shifts. She got to do extra jobs, so she's tired. So these kids got to defend on themselves now. Now these kids got to go down and give $10 to Moab.
Right.
Or go give $10 to Elam inside the convenience store to get some chicken wings. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or get some rice or something like that for the night to carry on.
Right.
You understand? Like the culture, it has changed dramatically in our women, and that's the target for them in American culture, to target our women. Okay? And we're gonna read about keep going on, we're gonna read about Esther, man. Esther followed exactly what her uncle told her to do. You know what I'm saying? She obeyed her uncle, she obeyed the authority of a man. Okay? I'm gonna let y'all sisters know with the Most High, you know what I'm saying, decided to send Yahweh back with them angels, that is going to go back to the way like it is. It's going to go back with men have authority. And any woman have any issue about it, or want to cry and moan and bigger about it, Christ is going to correct that. I'm going to let y'all know. Okay? It's going to be like it. It's a lot. You know? We want to do just, and here in Isupk, we just in here trying to prepare our sisters to let you know what the tone is going to be. Okay? But it's all out of love. It's not out of disrespect. Y'all sisters don't feel like y'all had to be in the, you know, in the chains and locked up in, you know what I'm saying, the jumpsuits and all this. It's not gonna be it's not gonna be like that, but it will be like correction, okay? I just wanna let y'all sisters know. It's gonna go back, alright? Yeah, it's not gonna be like that, alright? Y'all sisters are gonna have fun. Listen, like the scripture says, man, you know, as a daughter of Zion, man, she didn't have to do anything at all. Her feet was very delicate. You understand? That means that she was just, you know, fine, beautiful. Her skin wasn't bad. You know, her feet wasn't bad because she had to wear them tight shoes all the time at work or something like that. She didn't have to do none of those things, man. So her man took care of her. Her Lord took care of her. You know what I'm saying? And she was able to, you know what I'm saying, be that beautiful woman like she's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? And be that beautiful princess in the kingdom, man. And because the men took care of their sisters, man. The men took care of their wives, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's what men do. We watch over our community, right? That's what we did. The sister's job was just to take care of the household, cook, sew, you know what I'm saying? And also do other things as well to make the community beautiful. You understand? Don't think that y'all can't make suggestions and ideas, okay? You know what I'm saying? Because y'all are the most powerful thing on this earth. You know what I'm saying? I just want to let you know, y'all sister can't. Look, do y'all understand how much power y'all sister has? Whole turf wars or violence, fights, starts over a woman. You know what I'm saying? Starts over a woman.
Right.
Like it's been battles and wars started over a woman.
Right.
That's crazy how much power y'all got. Y'all can really influence the mindset of a man. Y'all can really get what y'all really want. How much power y'all have. And y'all feel like y'all don't have power. Y'all do have power. And when y'all come to the full mindset of knowing what y'all capability is, y'all are dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are very dangerous. So like it. And we're gonna find out. We're gonna see. Right in Esther, the book of Esther, they're gonna show you. Alright? Come on.
God.
When it shall be reported, the king Isupk commanded Vashti, the queen, to be brought, in before him, but she came not. Verse 18, likewise shall the ladies of Persia and Media say this day unto all the kings, princes, we have heard of the deed of the queen. Thus shall there arise too much contempt and wrath.
Keep going.
Verse 19, if it please the king, let there go a royal commandment from him, and let it be written among the laws of the Persians and the Medes, that it be not altered, that Vashti come no more before King Ahasuerus, and let the king give her royal estate unto another that is better than she.
So right here we don't do this. Okay? If I read, you know, refuse us, man, you know, we go handle that situation. We go talk to her, you know what I'm saying, correct her, you know what I'm saying, but we don't get rid of her. That's not our custom. We don't get rid of a sister. Once you, sex is marriage, okay, according to the Most High. So, if a brother that on that woman, and that's his rib, you can't just get rid of her. You can't throw her away. Okay. The man's job is to make her better, to correct her.
That's right.
Understand? She's gonna go out there and represent you.
Right.
When you go out there. None of y'all sisters don't see that right now? Y'all don't see that inside the neighborhood? Everybody knows. Like, everybody knows, oh, that's your main woman right there. Look at her. Girl. Y'all don't say that. Like, I'm just saying, this Bible right here speaks, man. I'm telling you. It happens. You know, you hear about her? I wanted her boyfriend, though. She was acting crazy. Y'all understand? Because she represents her man. She carry herself a different way. She carry herself in a way that, you know what I'm saying, make him look like, okay, she did something like, oh man, that's sister something, man. Woo, she carry herself good. Her husband treat her real nice. You know what I'm saying? Y'all talk good things about her, but you know something going on when that sister acting crazy and stuff. It always, man, it always happens. I don't know. Maybe I'm a realist. Maybe I'm a realist or something. I don't know. But y'all know this happens inside our community. Right. It talks about it, man. It speaks volumes about how a woman carries herself. It makes when she carries herself in a certain way, man. It looks very good upon that man who has her as his wife or his rib. It makes him look good in the community. You understand? It makes him look like he handles his business. He running his household like he's supposed to. And when she out here doing her thing and running wild and running rampant and want to be like Cardi B, and want to come, I want a divorce, and or Megan Thee Stallion talking about the crybaby and all this other stuff, and they portray that, you know, you got to be dominant and don't care what he said, do you got to do, girl, and move forward, then, you know, that right there, man, set a tone like this brother not running his household right. And she definitely disrespecting him. You understand? Like for real, like Cardi B wanted to get rid of her husband because he told her to tone it down. Like, me personally, I don't want my rib to go out there and flaunt all her goods to some other man. Right. That's causing issues and competition. Okay, like, do you not realize that you inviting another man to entice himself to say something to you? Like, that's crazy. Like, sisters wear so many things that's sexual or something like that, and she says that she don't want attention, but the outfits that she put on is calling for attention.
Right.
You don't think I'm like that's crazy. Like, he's like, I don't want to be treated like no sex symbol or no sex object, but you got a miniskirt that's right up here, and damn near you can see your undies and your panties. You understand? You can see everything that the Lord has blessed you with. All your everything. Don't leave anything, you know what I'm saying, for the man to be like, dang, man, how does she really look underneath all that? Like, right. He don't need to, because nowadays sisters dress crazy with, and you can just see everything. You can see everything. To the point where, you know what I'm saying, look, you got something to say, sis? Oh, to the point where, you know, like, you be like, dang, man, like, I don't even know, I won't even talk to this sister. I already know what she got to offer, you know, man. I'm not really intrigued, you know, about that, you know. And you can see it, a lot of men is now like, man, what else do y'all have to offer? Because every time you turn around, it's like sisters nowadays just want to go twerk, just to get attention. You know what I'm saying? Like, what else is there to offer? You know what I'm saying? Like, most of us be like, what if this man got to offer? All he want to do is just go out here and drink and smoke weed and gang and whatever. What else he got to offer? It's the same question now. It's getting old. That sister said that's getting old. That twerking stuff is getting old. It's getting real old. The only thing you see is sisters twerking, just driving like it's high. That's the only thing you see. And then the mindset of that is going to our daughters. You understand? Like, it's going to our daughters. Like, I don't even remember anybody really doing any twerking when I was growing up. It was like the electric slide and What else were these dances that he had out? It was electric slide and what other line dances they had? I don't know, man. It was more like that. Anybody seen percolator and stuff like that, man? It was, I don't know. I mean, it was just fun dances to do. Nowadays, man, it's like, man, you go inside clubs nowadays, man, it's like you be like, whoa, what is this? Like he damn near having sexual intercourse right on the floor, man. It's just ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it real with y'all tonight. So like, if you in the class, make sure y'all put your name and the city, man, where you from. All right. If you're new to the class, new to the school, you can drop your email as well. We send you some correspondence, see your videos, updated information about the feast and anything else that related to the school. Like cookouts, fundraising. You know what I'm saying? Food drives that we do in the city. Okay, so you get all them updates. All right, keep going up.
Come. Verse 20. And when the king's decree, which he shall make, shall be published throughout all his empire, for it is great, all the wives shall give to their husbands honor, both to great and small.
Man, he's trying to set a tone. This is how it was back then. Like, man, you're not gonna disrespect your husband. You gotta honor your husband. And they put emphasis on this. Even the heathens understood this right here. You know what I'm saying? They understood it.
Right.
You know why? Because they got it from us. They got it from our records. You know what I'm saying? To understand the structure and the ranking of that. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, hold that. Go to 1 Corinthians 11:3.
Come on, sir. Come. 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
The head of every man is Christ. So this right here is the Lord actually setting up the Most High. Like the Most High has set up the natural ranking order, how everything should go. You understand? In the structure of a family. Okay? The order on this earth. Okay? Keep going up.
And the head of the woman is the man.
Is the what?
The man.
The head of the woman is the man. You know what I'm saying? And this is what he got it. You know what I'm saying? He understood it. Just know them the natural order. And all the customs that you see most, I gotta put this. All the heathens are practicing nowadays came from our culture, but they just putting their own little twist to it. You understand? Like we can't throw away the woman. Obviously, Xerxes threw her away, and he tried to put another woman there in her place. We can't throw you away. We got to deal with this. It's gonna be some Dr. Phil moments in the household. We're gonna have to talk this out. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna work through this. You know what I'm saying? For better or worse, I need to say. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing gonna get rid of you. Ain't nothing gonna get rid of me. You can be like, oh, I'm so sick of him. We're gonna talk this out. Be right in your face. We're gonna talk it out 3 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we not going to sleep mad at each other. You understand? You can't go to sleep angry with each other, right? You understand that, right? Y'all do know that, right? You got a man, a husband at home. You can't not go angry to bed. You can't do that. You gotta work through them issues.
Right.
You gotta work through them issues. You gotta have to make sure you work through them issues. Y'all don't supposed to go to angry bed. You don't supposed to be mad at each other. Your spirit be kind of vexed though. You know what I'm saying? You can be mad. You don't think you can be mad? Y'all don't see that in the morning time? You be looking for food, eat stuff you don't want to cook. You stay in the bed a little longer. You know what I'm saying? Y'all still don't want to talk to each other. Still get mad. Y'all just like really like inviting demons inside your household to the point where they can cause issues and fights and things like that. They can get real deep and heavy with it. If you got issues, problems that deep, you should get counseling. You righteous counsel.
Right.
You know, phone lines are open in Isupk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You set appointments. You set appointments for getting your teeth clean. You set appointments to get yearly checkups at the doctor's office.
Right.
You set appointments up for babies appointments. And you got issue in your household between you and your husband. Why can't you set an appointment up to get counseling? Or even the husband. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You set an appointment to get your driver's license updated. Maybe you and your significant other, maybe y'all need to, you know, get some updates inside y'all marriage to fix y'all marriage. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You might need it. You know what I'm saying? Especially righteous counsel. Just give you the heads up. You can do that. Alright? Keep going up.
And the head of Christ is the Most High.
Right. So they get the ranking order how things should go. Alright? You got the Most High, Christ, man, and then woman.
Right.
That's how the Lord set it up. And the woman will be over the children. Okay? Don't worry about it. Y'all got issues with the children and stuff. Come on and call one of the brothers. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Like, man got kids out of the household, wife can't, you know, she be talking to him and said, look, listen, I'm gonna tell your daddy. And then your father step in and he take control of it, you know what I'm saying? Discipline. Let's go back to Ezra. I mean, not Ezra, but Esther.
Come, sir.
About the book of Esther 1 and I think the last one. Then we'll go to verse 2.
Come, sir. Verse 21.
Right.
Esther chapter 1, verse 21. And the saying pleased the king and the princess, and the king did according to the word of Memucan. Verse 22. For he sent letters into all the king's provinces, and to every province according to the writing thereof, and to every people after their language, that every man should bear rule in his own house,
Right.
and that it should be published according to the language of every people.
Man, so he made sure that he put in every language of the kingdom that he ruled over. He made sure to let everyone know that you are breaking the law if a woman decides to not obey her husband. The king took this very serious. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna go back like that. When Christ comes, it's gonna be just like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All right, go to verse chapter 2.
Come God.
Good job.
Esther chapter 2, verse 2.
Right.
I mean verse 1.
Right, we about to get into, you know, the meat of things. The first is just, you know, first chapter is kind of dry. Just give you the backdrop and history of what time frame it was in, the rulership, the kingdom, and showing how much power this King Xerxes had during that time. All right.
Right.
But now we get into the meat of things. All right. All right, go to 1.
Esther chapter 2, verse 1. After these things, when the wrath of King Ahasuerus was appeased, he remembered Vashti and what she had done, and what was decreed against her. Verse 2. Then said the king's servants that ministered unto him, let there be fair young virgins sought for the king.
Man, so he you know what, he was in a slump. You know what they call it nowadays when, you know, you lose someone. You know what I'm saying? Somebody will up and leave and go. They say, oh, you in that slump. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get your what's that movie? He made a movie about it for the sisters. I still got a groove back. You know what I'm saying? That's why they made that movie. I still got a groove back. All the sisters trying to pick his spirits up and say, you should go back on the market. You know. Well, listen, this was a man version right here. They was just trying to. He remember her, and then he was like, man, I gotta get back out there. You know, he started feeling like he need to get back out there and get a woman beside him. You know what I'm saying? So now he's sending his men out to go look for all the fair virgins. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful virgins or beautiful young women. You know what I'm saying? That was able to marry, you know, to come to the kingdom. Okay? That's what he's doing right now. Keep going.
Verse 3. And let the king appoint officers in all the provinces of his kingdom, that they may gather together all the fair young virgins unto Susan the palace, to the house of the women, unto the custody of Heji, the king's chamberlain, keeper of the women, and let the things for purification be given them.
Right. So they went out here and start, you know, looking for these beautiful women. And they were going to every province. How many provinces did he have? How many provinces did his king have? Anybody want to try? How many provinces did the king have? Y'all remember? How many provinces did the king Xerxes have? How many provinces he was ruling over?
You said Providence?
Yeah, province. How many did he have? He was at his big party. He invited all his kingdoms that he was ruling over. How many was it? Y'all remember? So we're gonna ask some questions. Go ahead.
It was over 100.
Yeah, but what's the exact number? Like, yes, it was over 100, but what was the exact number? Y'all know? Yaraj, go ahead.
127 promises.
127 provinces, right? So out of them 127, he had men to go out there and look for all the beautiful women inside of those 127 provinces. That's a lot. So even he thought you looked beautiful and fair, he snatched you up. And you had to go forth before the king. You understand?
God.
You had to go forth before the king. Go ahead,
God with God.
Verse 4. And let the maiden which pleaseth the king be queen instead of Vashti. And the thing pleased the king, and he did so.
Yo, this is what he did. It was like what do you call it? It was like The Bachelor. Y'all sisters watch The Bachelor? Y'all know anything about The Bachelor? Where they got this one man, and then you got all these women right here from all across the country and the world, and all of them trying to place bid on this one bachelor. Trying to go on dates with him, trying to do all this right here.
Right.
This right here was a big old bachelor scene. You understand? And it's like they just brought all these women that was fair and beautiful,
Right.
and they became contestants and see who was gonna make the final cut.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And take the place to be his queen. This is the Bachelor show right here. This is Salaki. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead,
God with God. Verse 5. Now in Susan, the palace, there was a certain Jew, whose name.
Hold on, say that again. There was a what?
A certain Jew.
A certain Jew. Alright, keep going.
Whose name was Mordecai.
Was who?
Mordecai.
And this man named Mordecai, certain Jew. So you know, you hear to see this right here. He was from the 12 tribes of Israel. You understand? Keep going up.
The son of Jair. The son of Shemir. It's like it. Of Shemai. The son of Kish, a Benjamite.
Man, Mordecai, man, you know what I'm saying? He's a Benjamite. And this brother was very, very smart. He was a smart brother. You understand? He was a wise brother. And this brother also knew his background and understood that he, you know what I'm saying, that he was more than just a peasant, more than just a slave. He understood his history. He understood his background. You understand? But keep going. We'll get more into it.
Verse 6. Who had been carried away from Jerusalem with the captivity, which had been carried away with Jeconiah, king of Judah, whom Nebuchadnezzar the king of Babylon had carried away.
Right. So, you know, this right here, man, was give you a little background, a little history about Mordecai. Okay, Mordecai was under the captivity of King Nebuchadnezzar. It was an Assyrian-backed captivity. So he was coming into the transitioning of the takeover from the Persian Medes. Okay, so this is a part of the territory that King Xerxes has taken. Okay, and part of that, the people who was inside the land under Nebuchadnezzar, they now belong to King Xerxes. Okay, so we going forward to give a little history about that. He was in the captivity. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows we are the Black Hispanic Americans. We underneath this captivity right now. It's hell in the U.S. in America. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Verse 7. And he brought up Hadassah. That is Esther. Hadassah. That is Esther, his uncle's daughter. For she had neither father nor mother. And the maid was fair and beautiful, whom Mordecai, when her father and mother were dead, took for his own daughter.
Right. And this now we're talking about Hadassah or Esther. Now, anybody know what Hadassah means?
Myrtle tree?
Myrtle tree, that's right. You know what I'm saying? And back in the day, as a sister, you know what I'm saying? Instead of saying like, understand, he understood that myrtle tree was a fertile tree. You know what I'm saying? Gave many fruits, right? But, instead of you saying, as Kim Jane Honda brought up, instead of you saying she's a baby maker, we'll call her a Hadassah. She's fruitful. She be able to give you many kids. You know what I'm saying? Like it's in our culture. Our women, man, they pop out 6, 7, 12 kids, no problem, no issue. You know what I'm saying? Having big families, no issue for us. I remember my grandfather. You know what I'm saying? He came from a big family. He came from like 8, 10 siblings, something like that. And my father's side, he the same way. His grandfather came from a big family. So big family was in us and with no problem. You understand? But this sister right here, Hadassah, Esther, she was a beautiful sister from the tribe of Benjamin. You understand? And she was beautiful and fair. You understand? She didn't have parents, and her uncle stepped in to take the role of guiding her and making her into this beautiful woman. Okay, that she became to be. And we're gonna go into it more. Okay, keep going up.
Come. Verse 8. So it came to pass, when the king's commandment and his decree was heard, and when many maidens were gathered together unto Shushan the palace, to the custody of her God, that Esther brought also unto the king's house, to the custody of her God, keeper of the women.
So all them, Esther was chosen in this selection of fair maidens. So she was taken to the one who's supposed to be keeping over the women during this process. And in this process, man, he kept these women here over 12 months. Okay? And in these 12 months, man, she's bathing, she's soaking in whatever the finest oils, and she's getting real pretty, and she's getting beautiful, and her everything is going up about her. They just prepping her for 12 months. And you know what I'm saying? Almost what we do in the school. You know what I'm saying? With this whole, you want to have a husband, or you looking for a man, or a sister, or a brother looking for a wife. And they do the 12-month rule here. You understand? 6 months you go, you just talk or whatever, and you go courting. And then at the end of that 12 months, you gonna make a decision on, do you want to be with that person? You understand? So, but they did it here. They just prepped her. Got her hair did, fixed her nails, make sure her nails wasn't dirty, feet wasn't dirty, feet had pedicures. She's smelling good, she's looking good with the finest linens and clothes. She's got diamonds and pearls or whatever she needs to put on her to make her look gorgeous. They're trying to prep her up so when that selection time comes, the king be able to see her. And whoever kept the king's eye, who was Xerxes at the time, that was going to be his woman. Okay? But, you know, Esther, she didn't need all that because she was bad. She was bad. You know what I'm saying? And to this day, man, our women are still the baddest. To this day. Okay? I don't give a damn what no one says. You know what I'm saying? And here, in the 12 tribes of Israel, we have the baddest women on the face of the earth. And every nation knows it. But they make our women look like they are absolutely nothing. They portray them to be as whores. Every movie that sisters got to play in, she either got to be a woman that scripts, a woman that is trying to do everything on her own and don't say that she doesn't need a man. You try to make her feel like she's a woman that's toxic. That's what they make her to be as. But brothers in UPK know that she can be, that our sister can be like Esther. But it speaks about it in the scriptures. How our sister's man was very delicate. He was very delicate. Just like Esther. Bad. You know what I'm saying? They cook the best. Our sister cooked the best. Our sisters definitely dressed the best. You don't see all them creative ideas in their mind, you know what I'm saying? And with the dresses and with the colorful schemes, and, you know, nails done, all the smell goods, and you like, ooh wee. It's crazy. And y'all got the most flavor out of all the women on the people on earth. You know what I'm saying? Got the most flavor. You got to dance the best, you dress the best, cook the best, you know what I'm saying? Wear your hairstyle the best. Do y'all understand that y'all lips and stuff is that every nation want to copy y'all lips? Good night. That way, don't you think they get the lips, what do you call that? Injections, man. What do you call that stuff? The correct term for it. I know it's, what do you call it? Filler. Yeah, lip filler, but something else. What do you call that stuff when it's lipo? Silicone or something? Injection. Botox. There you go. Botox. Pump the lips up and get them fuller. Cause they want to copy y'all lips. They keep talking about y'all look like monkeys and y'all this and y'all ugly and all this. But why are they trying to copy y'all?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They trying to copy y'all looks, your lips. They trying to copy the whole butt. Like white girls nowadays getting nothing but Botox and silicone, whatever else. They getting all inside the butt and stuff. They trying to get butts bigger. Cause they want to be like sisters in the world. You know what I'm saying? That's just crazy. But they talk about y'all every day. That's ridiculous. But y'all sisters are the baddest, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all sisters are all the baddest on this planet, man. Still to this day. But this the Isupk, but just gonna correct you and put you in the spot that you need to be. Just like that's all we doing. Don't take it to the heart, okay? This is all out of love. Okay? It's all out of love. We just want to make sure that our sister get the best. Okay? Go ahead, keep going.
Verse 9. And the maiden pleased him, and she obtained kindness of him, and he speedily gave her things for purification, with such things as belonged to her, and 7 maidens, which were meet to be given her out of the king's house. And he preferred her and her maids unto the best place of the house of the women.
Now, you know, and out of all of that, he came to a liking to her. He got her the best of the best. So you seen her, you're like, ooh, who's that? You know what I'm saying? You're like, who's that right there? Dang. Yeah, we need to move her up, further up. You know, get her the best house, get her the best spots, get her the best maids, get her the best purifications, top of the line. What's the top of the line thing nowadays for women? And then Chanel. I go crazy on the Chanel thing. Chanel, what's another one? What women love it? I don't know. Louis Vuitton. You know what I'm saying? Get her the best of the best. What's the best makeup kit? What's the best makeup for them sister?
Matt.
See what I'm saying? See, y'all sister know. Y'all know what's the best. Imagine he sitting her, he like, ooh, she got her the best. Give it to her. That's how bad Esther was, man. Her beauty was just remarkable. You can't even talk about how beautiful she is. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, just imagine, man, even when, you know, they trying to get you to go to Jamaica, who they use? Jamaican sisters. Israelite sisters. They got them all dressed up in bikinis and with their hair all up in the air and showing their abs and everything, and showing, you know, the water just glistening out their bodies and all this, trying to make things more delightful and stuff. They use a Israelite sister. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to get you down there to Jamaica. What are they trying to do? And then he had a brother in the background chopping up coconut for the ladies. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get you to go down in Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? But their beauty was so remarkable. It was just crazy. Xerxes couldn't deny her. You know what I'm saying? He had to have her. That's why he gave her all these. That was a period of time went on. He had to give her these purifications and things that had to get her right until that moment. So he know he just had to have her. You know what I'm saying? Keep going on.
Verse 10. Esther had not shown her people nor her kindred. For Mordecai had charged her that she should not show it.
Right, man. Mordecai had told her. He said, look, what we doing right here, do not let your people know. Don't broadcast it. Don't show it. Don't flaunt it. You know what I'm saying? Don't show them what kind of power you have. You understand? Like you see these things that's going on nowadays about power being flaunted. You see that happen now. You see like entertainers, they flaunting their jewelry and stuff.
Right.
You see the baby all the time and the rappers all the time carrying like hundreds of thousands of dollars around them.
Right.
You know, flaunting, counting it, putting the money to their ear and stuff like that. They showing that, you know, they got a little position, a little power, man, and they're trying to flaunt it. You know what I'm saying? And that don't really mean anything. But Mordecai told Esther not to show her power, not to show the position that she in. Keep it away, keep it a secret. And Esther did so. She didn't flaunt her power. She know what type of power she had, but she didn't flaunt it in front of her people. She didn't make her people feel any type of way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because the brothers nowadays, the sisters nowadays, once they get out of the hood, they'll flaunt it. They'll like they forget all about you.
Right.
They'll do that time and time again, you know? You know what I'm saying? But Mordecai, who was very wise and very smart, he said, man, don't do that. Okay? Keep going.
Verse 11. And Mordecai walked every day before the court of the women's house to know how Esther did and what should become of her.
Right, so he wanted to check up on her knee. He wanted to make sure that she was alright, she was okay, no harm came her way. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to know how she did and what's going to happen to her. He want to know her whereabouts. He keeping an eye on her. You know what I'm saying? He's there for her protection. He's just making sure that she's okay. Keep going on.
Verse 12. Now, when every man's turn was come to go in to King Ahasuerus, after that she had been 12 months, according to the manner of the women. For so were the days of their purifications accomplished, to wit, 6 months with oil of myrrh, and 6 months with sweet odors, and with other things for the purifying of the women.
Good night, boy. Can you imagine how to bring her up to a woman who was just 12 months and just purifying herself, soaking in the best oils and the best scents?
Right.
Can you imagine like how your best candles or something? You know what I'm saying? Your best candles or your best whatever oils that you burn in the house and make your house smell good, your best fragrance and scents. and it's always around you the whole 9 yards, and it's always on your body, for real, for real. And then I'm gonna take another step. Let's imagine you got your husband at home, and you had that scent that he always like, that smells so good. Can you imagine that being on you all the time? Like when you just move around and stuff, he smells you. Oh my goodness. Thirsty, man. Look, she been oiling herself up, smelling good. Got that oil stuff called stain in her body, and she's smelling like that. Purifying herself. Now it's like she presenting herself in front of the king. And them aromas hit his nose. You know, And now he got control of himself. And she already beautiful. Already stunning. Oh my goodness. She like ridiculous. And his king had to control himself when he see her. You know what I'm saying? He can't just go in there and just jump on her like, ah! He just controlling himself because he's trying to, present himself as being as a, respectable king. So, keep going,
Come. Verse 13. Then thus came every maiden unto the king. Whatsoever she desired was given her to go with her out of the house of the women unto the king's house. Verse 14. In the evening she went, and on the morrow she returned into the second house of the women to the custody of Shazgaz, the king's chamberlain, which kept the concubines. She came and unto the king no more, except the king delighted in her, and that she were called by name.
Good night. What she did had the king answer the question like, who is her? You know what I'm saying? And he called her by her name out of respect. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause he wanted her. Jeremiah was say, ooh wee. You know what I'm saying? And she was bad, man. Keep going up.
Verse 16. So Esther, Salaki, not verse 16, Salaki. Verse 15. Now when the turn of Esther, the daughter of Abihail, the uncle of Mordecai, who had taken her for his daughter, was come to go in unto the king, she required nothing but what God, the king's chamberlain, the keeper of the women, appointed. And Esther obtained favor in the sight of all them that looked upon her.
Man, so they were trying to get her thing, to freshen up and make up more makeup and things like that. And Esther like, I don't need them. Esther turned all that stuff down, man.
Right.
She said she didn't need it. That's how beautiful she was. And that to let you know how beautiful our sisters are.
That's right.
You understand? And the men, the other races of men know how beautiful our women are.
Right.
You understand? They know. You know what I'm saying? They're like Serena Williams. You know what I'm saying? She went and married Esau, right? And then who else? Who more sisters out here, man? A lot of sisters, man, we got interracial marriages, man. Which is against the Most High. Can't have interracial marriages. Okay?
Right.
You gotta stay inside your race. Okay? You gotta stay inside your race. But this situation here, the rulership, Esther had to do this job, this task that the Lord said to do. Okay? To save our people. Keep going up.
Verse 16. So Esther was taken unto King Ahasuerus into his house, royal in the 10th month, which is the month Tebeth, in the 7th year of his reign.
Right. Keep going.
Verse 17. And the king loved Esther above all the women, and she obtained grace and favor in his sight more than all the virgins, so that he set the royal crown upon her head and made her queen instead of Vashti.
Man, he couldn't even all the way to the 12th month. He just went ahead and gave her the power. He's like, yo, you the queen. He made Esther queen, man. Keep going.
Verse 18. Then the king made a great feast unto all the princes and his servants, even Esther's feast. And he made a release to the provinces and gave gifts according to the state of the king.
Keep going.
Verse 19. And when the virgins were gathered together the second time, then Mordecai sat in the king's gate.
Mordecai was at the gates waiting. Keep going.
Verse 20. Esther had not yet shown her kindred nor her people, as Mordecai had charged her.
Right. She didn't go in there and say, well, I'm an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? Nor did she go in there and try to show that, you know, her power, none of the things. So she kept this in mind. She played her cards exactly like her uncle told her to. Okay? She didn't make it known that, you know, she's an Israelite from a tribe or this and that. She didn't make things obvious like that. So she kept it to herself. Alright, keep going.
For Esther did the commandment of Mordecai, like as when she was brought up with him.
Right, so she followed every order that her uncle gave her. And she did not disobey him. She did exactly what he told her to do. Okay? And it's gonna go back like that too. There wasn't no back talk, there wasn't no murmuring,
Right.
there was no resistance, there was no usurp over authority. There was none of them things, you know what I'm saying, with Esther when it came down to her uncle. Her uncle told her to go and do this like this right here, and that's what she did. She did not complain, she did not bicker, she just followed the order. Okay? To the T. Keep going on.
Come. Verse 21. In those days, while Mordecai sat in the king's gate, two of the king's chamberlains, Bigthan and Teresh, of those which kept the door, were wroth and sharp, and sought to lay hand on the king Ahasuerus.
Yeah, so Mordecai, man, he peeped game, man. He peeped like, yo, these two cats right here trying to, you know, put hands on the king. So, you know, he peeped game. He saw what the whole commotion was. So he's seeing this right here. He watching. Keep going.
Verse 22. And the thing was known to Mordecai, who told it unto Esther the queen. And Esther certified the king thereof and Mordecai's name.
Right. Keep going.
Verse 23.
Hold on, so when he found out these things that these brothers, these two guys, not brothers, but these two heathens was doing, right? He notified Esther and told Esther the plot. What these two men was planning on doing to the king.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he told us, and Mordecai is really thinking right here. He didn't got the drop, you know what I'm saying? And now he gave it the whole plan and scheme to Esther. And now he telling Esther to go tell the king this right here. To give her more favor. This is to give her more favor. You understand? And the king, so he can see like he can really trust her. And things like that. So he giving this plot to the king. And now the king knows what's going on. Okay? Keep going on.
Verse 23. And when inquisition was made of the matter, it was found out. Therefore, they were both hanged on a tree.
Good night. Keep going.
And it was written in the book of the Chronicles before the king.
Yeah, so they tell you it also was written that later on. You can go and find it. Book of Chronicles. Alright. But both of this, you went and checked into it. They did a little research and then recon and found out what this plot true, and it come out to be true. And both men was hung on a tree. As an example, if you ever try to cross you know what I'm saying, the king, you will be punished, okay, like this. The same type of thing, you know, he always did, the Roman Empire did with the crucifix and things like that. And he always hang people in the tree, make an example, okay? Even, what was that, the tree, Christmas tree, you know what I'm saying? Like, they had to bring gifts and bow down to the Christmas tree, but the ornaments, the balls, was actually people's heads that who did not want to, you know, serve and do what he's supposed to do. Okay? But yeah, man, let's keep going. That's a little sidebar, alright? Let's keep going.
Come on. Esther, chapter 3, verse 1. After these things, the king Ahasuerus promote Haman, the son of Hammedatha, the Haggite, the Agagite, and advanced him, and set his seat above all the princes that were with him.
Right, after these things did King, you know what I'm saying, he did set up, you know, and promote 2 other men, okay? And the Agagite. Anybody know who the Agagites are? Alright, we'll get a little bit more. Let me get into it. Keep going on.
Go. Verse 3. Then the king's servants. Salaki, not verse 2. Verse 2. And all the king's servants that were in the king's gate bowed and reverenced him. For the king had so commanded concerning him. But Mordecai bowed not, nor did he reverence.
Mordecai didn't bow. It's not in our custom to sit around here and bow down. Okay? It wasn't our custom to bow down and show, you know what I'm saying, another man, you know, like he's God. We don't bow down to no man. Okay? Especially another race of people. We don't bow down. Just like we don't stand up and put our hands over our hearts for the national flag. For the Pledge of Allegiance. Right. We don't do that. This ain't our country. You know what I'm saying? That 4th of July, you know, whole 1776, the signing of the Declaration of Independence, that was not for our independence. It was for Esau independence. Okay? But Mordecai knew his history. And not only that, why do you think that Mordecai did not bow down to that man? Go a little bit further. Why y'all think he didn't bow down to him?
Islamic, sir. Because he was a heathen.
Yeah, he was a heathen, but he knows well
that our law, we're not supposed to bow down to a king that's a stranger among us.
Right. But he also, by him knowing his history, he know that he ain't supposed to do that. Okay. Also, Daniel was put in the same position. Everybody know about Daniel? They read the book of Daniel about the how he ended up in the lion's den when he would have said in the Christian church. Y'all know about that? No. Right. Y'all heard about that? That whole story ain't what went down. That's a whole different story. You know what I'm saying? I'll bring up some of that tomorrow in history about that. But Mordecai didn't bow down because he knew that it's Agagite and what his bloodline was. This Agagite right here was talking about Esau. Anybody remember about King Saul? With King Saul, the Lord told him to get rid of all the Agagite. He killed every last one of them. And King Saul did not kill the Agagite. He disobeyed the Lord. And the Lord frowned upon him and was angry. That's why King David was coming in, showing favor. You understand? He didn't follow the order of the Lord. Well, that bloodline, the Agagite right here you see, and he's supposed to get killed. You know what I'm saying? Amalek? Yeah.
So like I said, this king.
Yeah. That bloodline right there is now here. At this point in time, we was in Esther. If King Saul would have killed that bloodline off. And we're not telling you go out there and kill Esau. You know what I'm saying? Don't do anything. You and go hacking and all this right here.
Right.
Anytime you go out there and plot, ISBK, we do not tell none of our brothers and sisters to go out there and plot no attacks or none of that stuff, okay? Don't do none of that crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? But at that point in time, the Lord commanded King Saul to destroy that Amalek, the Agagite, all right, to get rid of him. But he didn't do so. He sought not to do it. And by that bloodline has risen up again. And that bloodline now here. But Mordecai understood who that man was. But he understand his history. The same way as, that Agagite understood also who Mordecai was. He knew something was off. And we'll get into more in the story, but he knew something was off about Mordecai, but Mordecai didn't bow down to him. But we'll get into it. Keep going.
Verse 3. Then the king's servants, which were in the king's gate, said unto Mordecai, why transgressest thou the king's commandment?
Yeah, as a Mordecai, man, why you transgress the king's commandment? Why you don't want to bow down? You know what I'm saying? Why you want to go against it? Let's see what Mordecai got to say.
Verse 4. Now it came to pass, when they spake daily unto him, and he hearkened not unto them, that they told Haman to see whether Mordecai's matters would stand. For he had told them that he was a Jew.
Man, he told him, man, I'm a Jew.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So nobody had to talk about these matters because he had mentioned to them that he was a Jew. And every race of people during the time knew about the Jew.
Right.
They knew that the Jews ever came together and served God and not question his, his laws and did exactly as the law told them to do, that they would come back in power again. They always consulted and dealt wisely, okay,
Right.
and tried to continue to keep us down.
That's right.
As a race of people. They would never want us to get up and never wanted us to become a powerful nation. They always try that. And they will always try to continue to do so because they don't want to lose their rulership. Can you imagine our people right now just go ahead on just stop celebrating Christmas, Thanksgiving, stop celebrating all these pagan holidays, not eating shrimp, crab, and lobster, okay? And you have a matter with a sister, you upset with her, y'all go talk about it, get counsel. Fits in the community. No more drugs in the community. No more gun violence in the community. No more sisters aborting babies. No more men throwing sisters away. You understand? No more evil and wickedness in our communities. And we all come back together and we all be as one unit. And we separate from America. And the Lord sees that what we have done, you know what I'm saying, and earn his trust again, and earn his protection again. Now all of a sudden now we are a nation to be reckoned with. Now you can't consider us to be second-class citizens anymore. Now we first-class citizens. Now the Lord has to put us in our rightful spot. And then the people that are special and supposed to be above, not equal to, not the same, but above. You above, ain't nobody is equal to you. Now you there. Now we back. Now we in rulership. Now Esau kingdom got to fall. Now they got to serve you. You understand? See how that works? That's just that simple. If black people want to, if we want to, stop these long 14-hour shifts, 16-hour shifts at work, or we want to stop all the police killings in our neighborhoods, all the gun violence in our neighborhood, we just got to serve the Lord. We got to come back to our culture. We got to do exactly what Mordecai did. I'm a Jew.
That's right.
We got to put on the spirit like Mordecai did. Not thinking that we are not valuable. Mordecai understood that he's valuable.
Right.
He understood that he's a man that's supposed to be a first-class citizen, and every other nation is a peasant to him.
Right.
That's what Mordecai knows. You understand? Just talked to class yesterday about These laws, statutes, commandments, our wisdom and our understanding.
Right.
These things right here is what make us very wise. And all the other nations see we are there doing the law, statutes, and commandments, that we were going to be a great and wise nation.
That's right.
If you're a great and wise nation, that means that we don't make dumb decisions. We make smart decisions.
Right.
Okay? And I told you earlier that Mordecai was a smart brother. You know why? Because he followed the law, statutes, and commandments. And he embraced his culture. He didn't step away from his culture. He didn't go and say, man, I'm going to start celebrating, the Passover. I'm not going to do Passover no more. I'm just going to go and celebrate, one of these wicked holidays.
Right.
He didn't do that. He embraced his culture. He embraced his language. He embraced his culture. He embraced his lifestyle that the Lord told him to embrace. And he didn't stray away from it.
That's
You
right.
understand? And that's what we have to do today. That's what Isupk doing. We put the spirit of Mordecai on, just like he did. We saying we are the Jews of the Bible. You know what I'm saying? And it's the Black, Hispanic, Native American Indian. Okay? It was exactly what we did. You know what I'm saying? Don't be ashamed of it. There's going to be people that's going to, say that you crazy, say that you something wrong with you. Why you want to do that? It's a cult.
Right, go on.
They're talking about they want to abuse their woman and all. We don't do none of that. They say everything to influence you and make you seem like you're doing wrong, but when they actually doing wrong, you're more righteous than them once you step in the doors of Isupk and you follow God's law. You're more righteous than them. You know what I'm saying? You took that first step. You know what I'm saying? You took that first step to become better. To become better than that you were before. And don't let them, dictate what you want to do in your life with the Lord. Okay? Don't let them dictate you. You did follow these laws as commandments and let them see what the Lord is doing for you. You know what I'm saying? How He changing your life, how your health is getting better. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? How you not stressed out and worried about anything. Let the Lord, you know what I'm saying, pretty much show how you live. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta open your mouth and shout at them. You ain't gotta say anything to them. They gonna, you know what I'm saying, they gonna hate you. You know what I'm saying? Because you know why? Because you stopped eating shrimp and crab and lobster. Because you stopped participating in Christmas and Thanksgiving and birthday parties. Because you were like, hey, what you putting inside them greens? Oh, that's pork. I don't want that. What you got inside them cabbages? Look at that. Is that turkey? No turkey? Pork? I don't want that. Because you decided that you want to live better for the Lord.
That's right.
And you embrace your heritage. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Understand that you got family here in UPK. Understand that, you got brothers that you probably never had before, you got brothers in the UPK. Sisters that you never had before, you got sisters in the UPK. And you need a mom, she's in here too. The older woman that can guide you and give you knowledge and stuff like that. Don't think you don't have that. You have family inside of UPK.
That's right.
You got all the grandpas and all the grandmas you want. You know what I'm saying? Big uncles, you know what I'm saying? You got all that. Don't feel afraid to talk to a sister, man. If you don't want to talk to someone, man, your little sister holler at sister, hey sis, how you doing? What's going on? What you cooking? Whatever. It'd be a healthy conversation, man.
Right.
It builds you up. You know what I'm saying? Even
Right.
I myself call brothers if I'm down. You know what I'm saying? I get encouraged by brothers that's underneath me. The same way brothers get encouraged by, hearing my voice. You know what I'm saying? But at that, we both, you know what I'm saying, gravitate and our level getting higher and higher because we know we have the support of brothers or support each other. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It don't feel like you by yourself in this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's Satan's job to do. Satan's job is to make sure that he keep you on the island. You understand? So you can be separated from every brother and sister that's able to help you out. They want to put you there. And you think you can't figure this out, you can't get you can't get to a certain point, but you can. Just get these brothers and sisters. This brother teaching extra class on that. You know what I'm saying? Just extra class on that. You know what I'm saying? Law class. You know. So and history. Brother teaching extra class of history. Yeah, history class, man. To show you what our people was and what we contribute and what we were doing. You know what I'm saying? And how we got there. And on top of that, what we need to do to fix it. Okay. With that, man, we're gonna continue tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? From where we left off at. Alright. But with that, I'm gonna pass the class off to Priest Officer 1000 Hiroshima.
ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK. Start at the 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. Rule for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months, in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes was a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Ma'ashera means tenth in the Hebrew. 10% of any increase the Lord gives you. Give the treasury department or a teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocation is the Passover. Right now we're in the Feast of Purim. It'll be today and tomorrow. The Passover, April 24th at the BH Ranch. I keep telling everybody, every class, all right? April 24th in Houston, Texas at the BH Ranch. It's going to be a great time. ATV riding, horseback riding. I never rode a horse before. But besides that, it's going to be fishing. It's going to be a great time. Get your garments, get your dresses, that unleavened bread. It's going to be great. You know, that lamb. Can't wait for that either. All right, it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful time. Passover fees, make sure you get your Passover fees. Make it to Passover, no excuses, all right? Communication is key. Get in contact with your camp leader, get in contact with the brothers in the school, and get to Passover, all right? With that, I say, I know you, which means to stand. Sar, Punya Akwadam, which means to turn and face the east. We're going to say the Lord's Prayer, the last one, Kodash. Avano, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yehovah, Melachukah, Maba'ah, Batazarka, Hayah, Aisha, Baratazah, Kawah, Hayah, Bashemayim, Nathunanoah, Lacham, Kal, Yewah, Wasalak Noah, Kabawak Noah, Kasalak Noah, Kabawak Noah, Wala'ah, that we all know. But let's say it was. Above. Hawashai Noah. Mayan. Rad. Kaya. Laka. Hamalakwa. Waha'ala. Waha'ala. Lord, I love you. Amen. In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Sar, which means to turn. Men of Israel, we're going to give a courteous salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Amen Shabbat, Amen Barak, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shabbat,
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shabbat,
Yahweh Matah. Sar, Wafi meaning turn and face the sisters. Men of Israel, we're going to give a courteous salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Amen Shabbat, Amen Barak, Yahweh Shema Lathan B'Hashem Yahshua. Yahweh Matah. With that, class dismissed.
You right, sis. You work on that. We get some plates, we get some chicken and stuff like that.